Good evening, people. Off out to the workshop. I'm just doing my nightly go around and locking up of the vehicles. And I've just taken something out to the workshop and I went back inside and got just because I'd realised that just out of sheer luck, I actually got or bought something a couple of months ago when I was on holiday at my sister's in Australia. I bought something that might actually serve me very well. And it was one of those things. I had a job to do over there, and I didn't have any of my tools, of course, because you don't. And I had to chisel out a new. I had to fit new locks and latches for a house. So the first one I did with a not very sharp chisel, which took me about an hour and a half, and a lot of cursing and swearing, and it was stinking hot, etc. And I thought, that is not viable to do all the rest of them. So I popped down to the shop the next day and I got a hole saw of around about the right size. It's always tricky using hole saws and getting to the right size to allow the body of a latch to go in and not have it so big that it exposes the hole where the latch plate is, the escutcheon, or the plate at least, the face plate of the latch goes. So anyone that's put locks in, and I've done literally hundreds and hundreds of locks. So I did it almost exclusively for over 12, 13 months. That's all I was doing, was fitting locks and doors. And you tend to get to know things and the shortcomings. Anyway, long story short, it's always difficult getting the hole saw not to actually slog out the hole just a little bit bigger, but you need it of a certain size to allow the rectangular body of the latch to go back in properly. Anyway, so off down to the shop we went, and I've got a hole saw, and I got the appropriate size, and I got the appropriate mounting mandrel or whatever it's called for it. Actually, I'll tell you, that small one there, because the hole saws have different thread sizes. 2 different sizes as far as I'm aware. So I got that, and turned out that this, which I also purchased because I thought I might need to go deeper, wasn't actually needed. But it is of a type, it's really, really nice. It's Sutton brand, and I don't know whether that's a high-end brand. Sutton's been around for a long time, and it's still around, and it's got this version, and it's got the the fast, the quick release. That's it. It's mounted. It's wriggly up, dismounted. So it's a really really nice fit. So nothing new, but it's just of a quality and a heft I hadn't appreciated before. I'm going to show you my other couple of sets. The end of it is a lot chunkier than I'd seen before, and especially with the quick release. So it's not a quarter-inch type quick release. It's more like this size. And guess what? I believe this may well be a Sutton set of hole saws that I've had for years. In fact, my father had it, and I acquired it off of him, and put it in my van. But I've been using this for a lot of years, and these sorts of hole saws, and they're good. Well, they're kind of good. Hang on, I'll just put yours down, and I'll go get the other set, so don't go away. You'll be able to follow me. This one here is a Starrett set, and it is a tungsten tipped set. And if you're using this in a hand drill, and the bigger sizes, or even the smaller sizes, you've got to go really gently, because this thing cuts like a thing. And it is a really, really good hole, or it cuts a really, really good hole if you put it in the drill press. And I hadn't used them in the drill press because I didn't have a need, and I just had these in my van, and I had my 18 volt and my 36 volt drill and the quarter drills, and these rip through the timber like you wouldn't believe. So if you haven't used one of these and you've only ever used the ordinary, I'm going to say sawtooth type, yeah, you're going to be impressed. It takes the load off of the drill because it's but it cuts so easily. However, it doesn't matter which one you're using, and this is a good quality one. When I first got it, it was pricey, but now they've seemed to shot up in price even more. That's not what I'm going to talk about. It's this thing here. It's the larger mandrel. You've got the small one like this. Oh, no, sorry, that's the big one. And you've got the small one like this. The beauty that this, and I'm not saying that the Suttons have come out with something U-Butte clever, but I like it because it's got both threads on the one mandrel, and the locking mechanism is spring loaded. And as soon as I saw that tonight, I had it first time in the 2 months that I've had it. It's just been sitting it was actually inside, and I went to get it because I've got a job for it, and I hadn't realised what I'd actually bought. Very nice. Well done, Sutton. The thing is, have you ever used a drill, a hole saw, and the locking mechanism? And this one here is particularly nice. It's got a locking nut underneath, so once you slide the pins up into the base of the hole saw, you can spin the nut up to lock this in place. Well, that's the theory behind it. But trust me, and I was about to say before, have you ever used it where you've been stopping, starting, there's a bit of vibration, and the flaming nut can back out unbeknownst to you, and these pins can actually drop down because they just do. The next thing, the hole saw itself is locked on tight to the thread in the body of the mandrel. That's a real pain in the neck, and it can be very hard to get off. This, no lock nut, it's just got a spring loaded, and I've gone, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had a nice piece of kit there. The nice thing too is, I'm going to, put this one on. I know you can't see it at the moment, but I'll get back to you. That's the trouble of doing it one-handed. Well, with the camera being held. Once I've got that one, the big one mounted, it is actually possible to mount another one inside it. Why is that important? Well, I'll give you the good and the bad. The good is, if I had this sized hole already drilled, but I needed to make it bigger for whatever reason, I can guide it back in with this one, and it will cut the new hole with this one. The reality is that is as likely, if you had this one already drilled or cut, you probably would be wanting the next one up, which might also be of the same thread size. So it might be an absolute waste of time. But it's nice to know that this one, what are they called? Mandrel? Chuck? I don't know. Something. Being spring loaded and having those two threads on the one unit, I'll just put them, is available. Yay. Now what I'm going to be doing is putting this in the drill press, and as I was saying before, these cut a very nice hole when it's cut in the drill press compared to that. It still cuts a nice hole, but as I said, you've got to be really, really careful. So I've got a little job tomorrow. I'm going to have a little bit of a trial because I need to cut some 25 millimeter discs, 50 millimeter discs, and I have to put a 20 millimeter hole in the middle. I'm wanting to make some eccentric cams for the MFT top, and I thought, go grab this, and it might be the job for tomorrow. So that's what I went and got. When I realised how good it was, how nice it was, I thought I'd make a little video. If you aren't using these tungsten type cutting hole saw units or tools yet, have a look at them. They are expensive. There may be cheaper versions around. There may be more expensive ones. This is a nice size kit, but I had to on occasion get new sizes, and I've got another big one up in the up there. I'm pointing to it. You can't probably see it anyway, but you can expand the kit as and when you need it. The old, oh god, they're heavy. The old hole saws, you know, they're good also, but they've got to be sharp, and they've got to be. You can actually sharpen some of these, believe it or not. I'm never going to, but you can actually sharpen some of these. But some of them also have got hardened tips, so good luck with that. Probably got hardened tips if you've used them like I have, hardened in a bad way. You've probably really heated them up, because they don't cut as good as you would want sometimes, or you know, you're being a bit rough. These things, oh, yeah, they are real workhorses. Anyway, there you go. Sutton, well, in this case, Sutton. There'll be other, of course, other brands of this sort of ilk might be better as well. I don't know. I saw, as I was saying about the YouTube video, I saw it was a trade show and they had this. I can't remember just saw it just the other day again, but forgot the name of the manufacturer, where they can mount multiple, multiple hole saws on the one thread. Now that may be doable on this too, because I did note that the threads are just a little bit longer than these threads, so it might be that you can mount more than one hole saw of the same size, and that may work as well. So don't know, can give it a fiddle. Probably does work that way. Rightio, now that it's not a very good production value tonight, is it? Pointing you all in different directions. Anyway, I'm outside here, ready to say, doing the lockup, and I've got a few things I need to trial tomorrow, all around, you know, related to the MFT top. This I'm very, very happy with. It's the hold down. It's not just a hold down, but a clamp, but also in this version, this iteration, it's also designed to hold plates or layers together, and so that they can't pull apart under use, especially if you're going to be using clamping forces where there will be vertical pressures. This is going to hold things together, and in different iterations. This is nothing new. I know that they've been around for donkey's years in either timber or metal, and they've been part of different tools and what have you, but I've not had the experience with them. And specifically, I wanted to be able to use it with the MFT top, utilising bits that I've already got that can be modified, i.e. cutting on a 45-degree angle, and using in this form, and in different forms and in different sizes, and I don't have to keep on changing or buying more expensive ones. Made a video about that this afternoon. Lovely bit of kit. You've got the I've got the Hongdui ones where they bind layers together. Very, very nice. Quite expensive. TSO's got another one very similar. Yeah, but they're expensive. These can be made at your own discretion, be it timber or steel like this, but I really do like them. In fact, this one has been made just using a bit of PVC as a spacer, and it's designed to tie, in this case there's 3 layers, the base layer and these 2 pads. It's been constructed and designed so that it ties these 2 layers together and pulls this one down, so it physically gets tied together with the metal part, but that's down lower. Anyway, so hang on, I'll just do the bolt up a little bit, because otherwise it won't work. As I'm just threading it up a little bit, so it just slips into the hole. That PVC pipe is actually quite firm in these holes, but that can be pushed down well, it can be. I've just needs a wee bit more lifting. In fact, let's do that now. Let's see whether it works. Oh, yeah, like that. And that's it. Simple as that. That layer and that layer are locked together with the metal part. And of course, this one can't lift because it's got the washer. So that now is a homogeneous piece of MDF, MFT style of top. So I like that. And the other thing is that can be a threaded rod and a nut. So you can tie the nut, spin the nut down, and then the stud that coming up, the threaded rod, can be used for fixtures. So yeah, just as simple as that. Now I can't pull it out with one hand because that the PVC pipe, as I said, is a firm fit. Anyway, very, very happy with that and the potential it has and the cheapness. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. The cheapness of it for the workshop. There's no sense spending good money, as the TSO and the Hongdui products are absolutely beautiful, elegant, functional, all the rest of it, but not tunable. I can alter that thing at the drop of a hat. You can't do that with the other ones. They're just, the engineering is not that type. You have to get different sizes. And I do want ones that go down a lot deeper, more than the Hongdui or the TSO one can cope with. So there's that. So, yeah. Right, that's it. Happy with that. Very happy with this new purchase, which I hadn't realised how good it was until this evening. And, got a few things planned for the next couple of days. Rightio, that's it. I'm off. Lock up the rest of the other vehicles and, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.